They won game 5. Brian Windhorst, that's a name, went on ESPN afterward and said that the win was a checkbook win for the Warriors, meaning it somehow isn't as meaningful and somehow might not even be legit because they pay more for their roster than the Celtics. What do you think of that?
That annoyed me. You know what? And I'm not, first and foremost, I'm not a Warriors fan. Growing up, I was always a Lakers fan. Now everything's like very lukewarm or I don't even care anymore. But I will say this. I do have still a little bit of hate for the Celtics as growing up. So it's more for that than anything else. But I will say that watching the Warriors throughout all their times of winning their championships, it always pisses me off how hard the goalposts always move with them. It never fails. It's like, seeing Warrior fans like say that, you would think, oh, there's homers. Of course they're going to cry about that. And it's like, no, they kind of have a point. You know, it's always constantly shifting. It's pretty nuts the way it keeps going. First it was, oh, they have Kevin Durant too much. And then it was like, they don't have enough talent. All this like wishy-washy. And this is a perfect example. Oh, well, of course they're going to win. There should be up the checkbook. That's what they're paying for. It's like, dude, everyone was slandering the hell out of them about the Wiggins trade and how much they were paying him, how much they were paying Draymond and Clay and all these players. So it's disgusting. Don't blame the Warriors for cashing out and winning games.
But they're not breaking any rules, right? Like the league is set up for them to be able to do this. So what Windhorst essentially is saying is that the league is unfair. The whole league. And he waits until the Warriors win a big game in the finals to say it. Had he said this is something you say in the offseason. Hey, you know, just by the way, the league is totally unfair for these reasons, and there should be a hard cap the way there used to be. And that's my philosophy. You wait until the Warriors win a game in the finals to be like, well, they just bought that win with their – that's weak. To me, that sounds like sour grapes. It sounds like a guy who's in LeBron James' pocket trying to say something to prop up LeBron James' legacy. That's what it sounds like. Right?
And he was doing that even when LeBron was in those finals facing the Warriors. He would kind of like be like a nice little soft pincushion for LeBron to land on. That's one thing that's just disgusts me. It's like over and over again, dude. When do we just stop and just give credit? Can we just say like Steph Curry is one of the greatest top 10 players of all time? It's like, can we just stop saying, I don't know. What do we not slander the Yankees about paying all these teams? Did your sound go away, Grant? Did your sound go away?
Oh, shit. My bad. Sorry about that.
Rookie.
My bad. So that's what the NFL has, right? A hard cap.
Yes.
That's what you want? Like, all of a sudden, I like that there's a soft cap in the NBA. It seems to me like all these owners are billionaires. Why are we putting in mechanisms for them to spend less? Everything should be about them spending more. You own a franchise. It's just printing money for you. You already have billions of dollars. Spend more. Like, look at the A's.
Oh, God.
Really rich owners spend nothing.
The Giants, too, to a degree.
It seems to me that you should be allowed to spend as much as you want. I like the fact that in baseball you can spend as much as you want. These owners should be shamed into spending more. They're profiting hand over fist. It's outrageous. Spend more.
I just think it's stupid that you shouldn't be like, you know, poo-pooing on a team. It's like, well, look, they spent all this to win this championship, so they just bought. Like, isn't the point just to win? Like, who cares how you do it? It's like the same thing why people slander the Rams. Like, oh, look, they traded all their picks. They had to do it. It's like, yeah, that's what you got to do to win sometimes, dude. Other people's methods is different. It's like, great, you want to feel the more moral and righteous, whatever the hell that means, and how you're going to win a championship. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they're going to be having a parade and a ring on their finger while you're over there crying about how they won. I mean, in Europe for soccer, that's pretty much all they do. They give top of the line money to top of the line stars. Right. No one cries over there. That's the way business works. It's the way almost the world works, kind of.
I think it's hella interesting though. Like, Windhorst says this gets universally crushed, and everyone's like, you know, why are we sticking up for the owners? Shouldn't Joe Lacob be commended for investing in winning and wanting to win?
Yes.
Then yesterday on Twitter, I tweeted that, you know, the NFL should have no salary cap and they should guarantee all salaries, kind of like the NBA or more like the MLB. And a lot of people responded like, this is dumb. This would ruin football.
There was
the hard cap is what makes football great. It just showed like man, fans don't know really what they want on this issue. And I think a lot of Warrior fans feel attacked, but those same Warrior fans might be Niner fans. And in the NFL feel like, hey, we need a hard cap. Like, no, this is the most lucrative league in the world. All these owners are worth like $5 billion. They should be spending more. Why are we protecting them? Why are we making it easier for them to spend less? Anyway, there should be a minimum salary, not a maximum salary. There should be a cap, a salary floor, not a salary cap.
Yes.
There should be a salary floor. Yeah.
Especially like when you're a fan, it's like, dude, I'm already spending like hundreds of dollars of tickets and I can commute, all this stuff. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Give us the product, especially if your team's very bad. Like, imagine if you're not going to go to, you're a Jaguars fan, you're going to go to those games. I mean, sure, if you're a diehard fan, but like casual, like Jaguars fan, you're going to go to those games and spend all that money. Like, why? Your team sucks. What are you going to do?
So what Windhorst did was really problematic for a couple of reasons. One, it delegitimizes the NBA's best dynasty of the last 10 years. They bought their championships. It also delegitimizes the entire sport, the entire league. Mm-hmm. That somehow it's not an equal playing field and it needs to be corrected. Like, how dumb can you be, man? At a certain point, like, you should probably be being like promoting the league that you cover, because all the money you've made in your entire life is thanks to the NBA. I'm just saying, man. I don't know. It's like,
that's why the comments he made, dude, Kelly was like, the guy took like the water gun pistol and just shot it at the Warriors and just said, like, this is why I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it through my telescope vision without realizing, like, you're kind of like a little way sideways, kind of like poo-pooing on the league too, bro.
You cover the second biggest league, maybe the third, because NCAA football is bigger than basketball. You cover the third biggest league in the country, and you come out and be like, yeah, to be honest, this whole thing's a sham. Like, nice, dude. That's really great. Good job. To be honest, like this team's a sham. This league's a sham. I don't know what to say. It's not illegal. It's not an equal playing field. Great, dude. Cool. And now you say it.
The Warriors really should have spent $100 million less, because that way they wouldn't be as fun to watch. Like, oh my God. Like, notice how like the Warriors, when they're actually going as far, like their ratings, especially all the playoff ratings that they've been in, have been skyrocketing, and it's been more than any other team. So it's
they're
like, hey, you're crying, but they're getting the freaking results that they want. So what are we talking about here?
Also, the idea that they're like unfairly good. Like, who picked the Warriors to win the finals this year? I mean, their best player is 34. Their next best player is 32. Their next best player is 31. I mean, they're old. They should not be where they are right now. They're beating a team that swept Kevin Durant. So I think it's pretty remarkable. And I'll just to kind of write it away as like, well, we could have seen this coming. They spend a lot on their team. Like, you didn't pick the Warriors to win the finals, Brian. You didn't see this coming. I don't know.
Especially the way they started like the actual new year, 2022. Like they were really like a roller coaster. It was pretty crazy.
Can you imagine some NFL reporter or analyst going on ESPN after a Super Bowl or during a Super Bowl and saying like, yeah, man, this team just bought their victory. It doesn't really count. Like, yo, mute his mic, please. What? That
was like old school journalist or old school like NFL or anything NBA. The owners probably could have heard that and just immediately just been like sent like a little like undercover like hey, go string arms guy. Ask him like, yo, what's up? What's your beef, bro? Like the way they would do it back in the day when the owner hears them, they get mad and they go send someone to go check on their ear.
Like, we're supposed to commend Boston for spending less. Why? They're the Boston Celtics. They print money. They could spend more. What? So like we're supposed to applaud that they had like higher what? Profit margins? Who cares? That's business. This is sports. Invest in your team. They could have had Andrew. I mean, I don't know. Whatever the Warriors did, it seems pretty good. But no one thought they were a powerhouse coming in. No one thought Andrew Wiggins was the cheat code that was going to unlock everything. Oh my God, they got Wiggins. That's not fair.
Yeah, and plus, I thought they were going to be pretty strong playoff contenders, even almost finals contenders. Like I thought they were going to be like a top 5 team. So I mean, but still, like just the way you're going to talk about the money, man. It's like. Why are we crying about this? It's just it just shows that there is like a right and a wrong way to win to some people and even people in the media. That no matter what, it's just like a right and wrong way. When ultimately at the end of the day, just freaking win. Just get the dub. Why do you get it?
I feel like a big part of media coverage in the NBA is like legacy coverage, and you have people who are LeBron people, and Steph people, and Kobe people, and I don't know why, but like Brian Windhorst is a LeBron person. When he comes out and says this, essentially what he's doing is like poo-pooing Steph's legacy. Why is Steph's legacy is good for the NBA? And more than that, Steph's legacy is good for LeBron, because the best thing LeBron's ever done, His number one accomplishment is beating Steph in 2016, coming back from 3-1. So the more that Steph accomplishes, the greater LeBron's legacy is. Is he not smart enough to understand that? He should be. Windhorst should be able to. I mean, in the 80s, I wasn't there, but I think the whole league understood that Magic's legacy improved Bird's legacy and vice versa. The greater they both are, the more meaningful the whole rivalry is. Why would you want to say this dude's trash? That's your rival.
Yep.
I don't get it. Yep.
That's definitely. Well, I mean, LeBron did say he wanted to play with the Warriors.
No,
the remaining two teams. Like, I want to play with them.
Right.
Look, if anything, Windhorst should have really talked about with terms of the money the Warriors are spending is they should spend more money on better security because they let the Klay Thompson imposter get away with taking 10 minutes of shots on the court. The guy shot through levels and levels of security, took like multiple shots. How cool is that? Like, come on, man. Don't ban him.
And then they banned him from Chase for life. To me, the right thing to do would have been to send a letter and be like, touche. You got us. All right. You filmed the whole thing. That's on us. If you do it again, if one more time, you're banned for life, but you got us the first time. First time, shame on us. Come on. How do you not have a sense of humor on that? First time, shame on us. That's our bad. You basically did us a service and showed that our security wasn't good enough. Thank you. But if you ever do it again, you're banned for life. I think that was the proper response. They botched it.
That would have been like the great, like, you know, away from the technical code, but in the way like they kind of have to do it just in case now to send a message in case someone who thinks there's a look-alike, like, I don't know, Andrew Wiggins looks alike, tries to come in here and play us. But yeah, ultimately, yes, the real
better security
says thank you for stress testing our security, and we failed. If this was an audit, we'd have been screwed.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't the FBI like hire the best hackers in the world? Like, isn't that kind of how it works? Like, if you're really good at being bad, then you get like a thank you and a job, right? I don't know. That's what I thought. Maybe not. Isn't that how Catch Me If You Can worked with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks? I don't know. It was an old movie. Thank you for watching. Warriors play tomorrow night. I'm gonna be back a couple of times today, and then I'm going out of town for the weekend to a bachelor party. So that'll be fun. But I'll be, dropping little videos here and there.
Party.
Woo!
Wait, so do the Warriors end it tomorrow?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? It's going to 7?
I don't think so. I'm a little jaded about the NBA. I mean, I think it's in everyone's interest for this to go 7. Even the Warriors, if this goes 7, do you know how much money they make from another home game? Oh my God! So everyone stands to make
better security.
Yeah.